Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Ryden. Let's say you're visiting a relative in a nursing home. You're overweight, you're diabetic, you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and sleep apnea. Then suddenly you see someone your own age, just 53, who's lost both legs to diabetes. What do? Well, if you're our guest, Bobby Bland, you change your eating habits and take action to help not only yourself, but others. Oh, and you write a book. It's called Lucky 13 Life Lessons Learned the Hard Way. Welcome, Bobby, from Bentonville, Arkansas today. Glad to have you with us.
Appreciate it, Paul. Thank you so much for having me.
It sounds like that visit to the nursing home was really a turning point in your life.
It was one that has it's basically your age, had the same disease problems that you have, and you see the result, and it was eye opening for me, and through a lot of prayer, I I decided to change the way I eat, change the way I live, and it made a huge difference for me.
And now you're helping others do the same thing. What's been the reaction of people who read your book?
Oh, it's really interesting. I hope it's inspirational for them to understand that. There's a saying that uh, change is not for those who need it, but for those who want it. And
Hmm.
so, if you want it, you can make it happen. If you just think you want it, then you'll make excuses to make it happen. And that's what I did for 30 years. As I was going through my adulthood. So, I finally figured out that these were my problems that I brought on myself, and I made a change.
And why not share it with the rest of the world? You
Yes,
say
sir.
life lessons learned the hard way. Which one was the hardest to learn?
Wow, that's a good one. This is probably the hardest lesson I had to learn. There was other ones. I had a couple that where I came to Christ was another story that's in there, and it's it's about it's about overcoming problems in your life, and
Mhm.
how you react, how you respond to that. I think that might be the hardest one, but this one was definitely one of the hardest because it's a habit. You build habits over 53 years, and overcoming those habits is very difficult. So.
You've been a very busy guy. You started Snack Lab. Tell us about Snack Lab. What's that all about?
Yeah, so when I lost all that weight, when I lost the disease, I decided I wanted to share with other people about living healthy lifestyles. So I studied for about a year on an internet course on becoming a certified health coach and life coach,
Hmm.
and started working with people on eating healthy, making healthy decisions, and living healthy lifestyles. And I found a lot of stuff in the internet, and you can read anything you want to read in the internet. They don't know how to cook real food, but mostly they don't have time. And so I was trying to help my clients find healthy place to eat, and there just weren't any in our town. And so come up with this concept of healthy and convenient grab and go meals, healthy snacks, things they can grab on the go, things they can. And we started this business and opened in 2017, and then opened two more stores. Kind of a tough time to go through this, and that's in the book as well. It's kind of a what not to do as a business person. So,
Ah, yeah.
but yeah, but Snack Lab was a real phenomenon for us, and it really did a great job, and it's still doing. We sold it in last November. It's still doing well, and I'm real.
Okay, well, we're having a few technical issues here. Hopefully, we'll get that
That's
message
okay.
across.
That's
Okay.
okay.
You say that the key to learning and growing is to surround yourself with people who are smarter than yourself. Was that hard to do, or it's pretty, when you're an
Not for
entrepreneur?
me. Most people I meet are smarter than me, so that doesn't really.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're trying to start a business or something like that, you think that, well, I've got this. I know how to do this. I don't need anybody telling me what
Yeah.
to do, but that's not always the way,
Yeah,
of course.
it was strictly from scratch. My business partner and I started it. And starting if you had a chain, a franchise or something, they give you some guidelines. They give you a playbook. There wasn't any playbooks for us, so
Yeah.
we were definitely humble about the way we did it. We listened to people. We actually put together a 24 person panel to give us feedback on everything that we were doing, and that was really really helpful as we went along.
Hmm.
So
Well, this is not just a self-help book, but there's a spiritual dimension to it that almost makes it like a devotional, right?
yes, sir. There's this is basically 13 life. principles that I believe are really important in life, and that I think are kind of missing in a lot of areas in society today. And so each chapter stands on its own principle, and within that chapter there are Bible verses that relate to that. And
Hmm.
then at the end of each chapter, there is a food for thought section for reflective questions, goal setting, that kind of stuff that you can work through. And we've had several Bible study groups and Sunday school classes and just a 13-week course out of it, basically.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So it's not just a personal devotional, but I was going to say you could probably use it in group study. Yeah. What's the significance of 13?
Oh yeah, I was born on June 13th. Uh, it seems like 13 has been following me everywhere I go. I started playing baseball when I was 6 years old, and there was 12 kids on the team, and the numbers were 1 through 12, and I was too big for any of the jerseys, so a lady made me a jersey on her own, separate, and it was number 13, and I wore that number 13 in baseball for the 13 years that I played baseball all the way through
Uh,
high school. I didn't get to wear it in football because I was a lineman, so I didn't wear 13. But um, as an example, my dad in 1950 bought tickets to the Arkansas Razorback football, bought 4 tickets. They were on section 3, row 13, seats 13 through 16. And I'm proud to say that 75 years later, we still have those same tickets
no
for the
kidding.
Razorback. Yeah, so it's
Oh,
kind of a
man.
legacy.
Well,
But
so
13's kind of followed me everywhere. So
yeah, so triskaidekaphobia is not one of your failings, the fear of the number 13. There's a
uh,
song
and
about that.
and, and also interestingly enough, when I put together these lists, I put a list of the life lessons that I think would be important to learn, and I didn't count them. But when I got done, I counted, and there was 13 of
Oh,
them.
no
So I
kidding.
said, well, it's got to be that way. So.
What's your favorite one? If you had to share one with somebody and it was the last thing you were ever going to do on earth, and this is the lesson you wanted to teach, what would it be?
I think there's a chapter 12 is basically light your fire, and that is about if I'm anything, and I believe in following your heart to where you want to be. I've changed professions, I've changed my life health wise, I've changed a lot of things, but it all starts right here in your heart, and I believe the passion to drive what you want to do is what makes that happen.
Yeah,
So that's really what that chapter is about.
you could have started a blog, you could have just gone on speaking engagements, but you chose to write a book about this. Why'd you do that? And how hard was it?
It was it was easy. A lot of people tell you it's hard. It was so easy once I got the structure for what I wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
Writing that just flowed through there. A lot of personal stories on each one of these chapters about how I came to know these things or to believe in these things. And those personal stories really flowed very easily for me. I remembered things that I actually didn't know I knew, but
Yeah.
so it was a lot of fun. It actually when we sold, I had the structure of the business. It was interesting that um, about 2 months before we sold the business, I was kind of looking at writing a book and to us one day, and he said he's a contractor, and he said, when I get done contracting, I think what I want to do is I want to go to the local community college and teach a class on common sense because I think it's kind of missing today,
Yeah, no
and
kidding.
that kind of hit me. I was like, that's one of the things I want to talk about is common sense. So I end up Common Sense is one of the 13 chapters. I hope maybe if he goes to teach that class, he uses my book to help me
Yeah.
learn. But
Well,
that's where it came from.
it's interesting when you talk about how easy it is to write it because you have so much to experience. I think the older you are, the more experiences you get in life, the easier it is to, bring those things up and attach meaning to them. When I wrote my book, it was like I remember things that happened 50 years ago as if they happened last week. And I remember what I was thinking, and maybe some of it may be false memory. I don't know, but you do get
Yeah,
a storehouse of experiences that really helps to write a book.
absolutely. Some of those stories are funny.
Mhm.
Some of them are not so funny, and some of them are
Right.
devastating.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, faith, family, and resilience. That seems to be the driving force of your life, from what I understand.
It is. It is. I came to Christ in I was 22, and since then, it's been a constant growth for me. It's been a big thing. My family is everything to me, and we have six grandkids now. Three of them live here in Northwest Arkansas, and three of them live in Nashville,
Mm,
Tennessee. So resiliency comes from, I think, just never quitting. Everybody, by the time you go through, as long as I have, you're going to have problems. You're going to have things that are going to hit you. And it really is. It's been said all my life. I've heard it. Not what happens to you, it's how you react to it. But
mhm.
it's really true. It's
Yeah.
really true.
Of all the
Yeah.
things you've done in your life, what did you enjoy the most?
Well, two things. Coaching, which was a sideline for me. It wasn't my business, but I coached literally thousands of young people, and that was so much fun. The second thing would be Snack Lab, because it was a concept new. Nobody knew anything about it. It was something totally different. We made it work. We worked our tails off. Um, we overcame to a degree. We overcame COVID and all that happened with
Mhm.
that. But being able to develop new habits was really exciting for me.
And what's next for you now? I mean, you're a guy who's on the go.
You there?
What's next?
Next, right now, I am doing health and life coaching, group and individual stuff, and I'm framework for another book, and that I want to write. And it's more about it's more health related totally than this one is.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's about my philosophies on healthy life, and I like to do a lot of speaking engagements with corporate groups and stuff about living healthy lifestyles, that kind of stuff. So that and just playing with my grandkids, that's a lot of fun.
Well,
So
you got a good life ahead of you still, I'm sure, and it's probably one of those things where you never have a boring day. You've always got something to do, always something to occupy your time, or somebody to interact with, and that's a great thing.
if
You
I
know,
don't, I'll come up with something. I can tell you that. So
and you're staying true to the Razorback colors. I see the Arkansas Razorback colors.
oh
Yeah.
yes, sir. I got
Oh,
this.
you even
Yes,
got the
sir.
hog on there. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Bobby, thanks
We've
so
had
much.
a rough couple of weeks, but we're going to be all right. So,
Oh yeah, sure, sure you will. You're in the tough conference.
yes, sir.
The book is called Lucky 13: Life Lessons Learned the Hard Way, and it's available on Amazon. Available anywhere else?
Yes, sir. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. You can go on the easiest way to get to it is go to my website, which is authorbobbyBland.com, and you can click on it and order it immediately right there. Um, and I have found out in the last month, we've just got the books printed. Barnes and Noble is going to be putting 10 hardback and 10 paperback in every store.
Oh,
So they've got
fantastic.
600 stores across the country. So we'll be getting that here within the next month or so.
All right. Well, best of luck with
Yeah.
that and whatever venture you head out on next. So thanks, Bobby, so much for being with us today. And
Oh,
thank
have a great day.
you bet. And thank you, folks, for spending a few minutes with us on the Global Book Network. I'm Paul Ryden. We'll see you next time.